Well, good morning, YouTube. Losing Louie here, and I have had a request to pull out the Norfeds, so I'm going into my Costco wood storage box, and let's see what we have in here today. This box was actually made for fine tools, machinist tools. There's my Norfed drawer. So come on out, Norfeds. Let's have a look at you. While we are looking at the Norfeds, I wanted to show you this display case that I just bought. This case here was purchased at Michael's. I don't know if you have those in other states. Michael's is a craft store, and this is a black wood display case that was on sale for about $15. It's glass fronted, it's quite large, and it is made with the idea of storing coins. So I thought I'd give you a look at that. I purchased this last weekend, so if any of you want to rush out to Michael's, you might be able to find it. It opens up, and it has some little magnets in there. So my only problem with this is that it doesn't lock. So if I am going to put this on the wall, I'm going to have to install a lock on it, or we could find some of these coins jumping out of here. Okay, so there is that off. Alright, so let's see, let's put some of these Norfeds in here. First one I have here is come on. Well, I'll be right back. I'm going to put these Norfeds in the box and then we can talk about them. Alright, so now I have assembled some of the different types of Norfeds into the display case, and let's see how this looks closed in case you guys want to get one. So there it is closed. That would look pretty nice on the wall, I think. Sorry about the shadows and light. It's always the same in this room. So here we go. So let's go through these really quickly, since I did have a request. So on top here we have the front and the back of the 2003, a rather generic Norfed. These can be gotten pretty easily for about $30, $35. Although you really want to get them in total proof condition. You don't want any scratches on the cheeks at all. Alright? Otherwise it's going to reduce the value. Here are a couple of the 2003s without the case, without the airtight. Again, these are ubiquitous, so 2003s are really common year, easy to get. I believe I have a roll of these. However, I'll show you the big E versus the small E in a minute. There is also a set for South America, and here is the Panama Libertad. So it's actually not a Liberty Dollar, it is now a Libertad. That's a 2007. There is a Puerto Rico, and I'm blocking on the third one, but there's a third South American country as well. Those are a little harder to come across. I believe Puerto Rico is the most expensive of the bunch. Here is one of my favorites, a California Bear. Alright, again, just a Liberty Dollar, but California Bear. And they have various other states that are represented, but I do like that one. As we move down to the Ron Paul coinage, of course, he was a champion of abolishing the Fed and getting rid of the trickery. So they memorialized him in both a copper and a silver coin that I believe both said "Vote for Truth." Let's see. Gold standard in leadership. The copper also says gold standard in leadership. Let's see, these are 2008. Alright, so those go for a solid $100 if you can find them. The coppers you don't see as often, but I don't know, $10 or something. I've got a roll of them. They look like they're starting to tarnish a little bit. I'll probably have to put those in the the vacuum bag. Here is a little guy. These are only about $25. I believe that's a ½ ounce. 2010, this was after they had shut him down. I believe someone else manufactured this particular version. Let's see, coming down here we have a 2-ounce version, the Piefort, or whatever. Nice thick. This one is an uncirculated version. It says uncirculated. However, there are some that are actually numbered, which are probably more valuable than this one. There's also a 5-ounce, which I know at least one of you YouTubers has. And then down on the bottom, I just want to show you the Big E variety. Over her head, Liberty has got a Big E as opposed to the small E. So that's not something you see very often. I have quite a few of the Big E's. And if that's what you want, you have to look specifically for that. So those are my Liberty dollars in this cool new case. I could think of worse things to display than this set. And I think the price was right for that case. Really quickly, congratulations to those who were able to obtain the 5-ounce 2014 Libertods. That was a great deal at $102, and I'm glad I could bring it to you guys. Lady Liberty Stacker just unboxed a bargain Britannia proof. Thought you might want to see the presentation box version of that 2013 sterling silver proof. So I have quite a few of these, and they cost me about $100, so she got a great deal. But I do like them in the presentation box, and I prefer them this way. These have not done as I thought they would. I thought they'd be $200 by now, but they're still pretty readily attainable for under $100. The condition of mine are really pretty superb, though, so I'm happy to have these. And then finally, I thought I would show you something that I did when I first started stacking. As I imagine many people do, they try to figure out a way to display their rounds. And so I got a couple of these books, and I just went to the coin store and started buying stuff pretty randomly. So here is some of the stuff that I bought when I was just, I guess you're not going to be able to see these. Pretty generic. There's a Lakota Indian, there's a Liberty Dollar, there's an Obambi, there is a generic Indian. Even back when I didn't know any better, the Britannias really appealed to me. Let's see. There is the back of the Lakota. That's very pretty. Somali elephant. So I didn't know what I was buying, but I liked it, so I just bought it. There is a older kookaburra. I don't think this quality is going to work for you. Chinese panda. Anyway, that's some of the stuff I bought when I first started, and some of those I'm glad to have now. Others, just basic bullion, but I didn't know the difference at the time. So everybody, Losing Louie signing out. Bye now.